Hello guys, this is Deathdealer. Welcome back to another episode of our single player survival. Yeah, this is episode 6, and in between this episode and last episode, I haven't really done much, but yes, I've got a lot of levels because before we start anything today, we're going to be doing a hell of a lot of enchanting. Now, I've spent quite some time in the nether gathering up some nether quartz, even though we don't need them, but it's good for XP. And yeah, I made a map, so I'm going to be experimenting with maps today. Also, I updated to the 1.11 pre-release. I'm really struggling for words. Pre-release, oh god. Yes, pre-release 1. I've updated to the plan to release 1.11 in full on the 14th of November. I don't know, that probably won't happen. So yeah, anyways, let's get started with the enchanting. So first off, we're going to be doing a pick, and we have Fortune 3, which is what I've been looking for. So let's see if it's a good Fortune 3 pick. Yes, very good. This is perfect, we've got good working tools now. Excellent. Smite 5, good for attacking zombies and could be good for when we fight the wither eventually. Or Flame. I think we've got to go with Smite. Just Smite 5, wow. Power 4, not bad. Just Power 4. It could be worse, I guess. Oh well, it's not that bad. Also, if we just come outside, I've also been breeding up some kills because, as you seen last episode, I was running extremely low in leather. So I went out in the wild and found 2 kills, and I've been breeding them since I brought them back. I brought them back, say maybe 45 minutes ago or something now. And yeah, they are slowly but surely, none of them are ready to breed yet. Yeah, they're slowly but surely breeding and stuff. Yeah, this is going great. Okay guys, so I'm sorry for the last clip, I seemed a little bit quiet. I turned up the audio for that a little bit, but yeah, it was kind of late at night, so I was talking a little bit quieter. But yeah, it's daytime now, so I can be back to my usual self. Okay, so as you can see in front of me, I have some maps and item frames. Now what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be working with maps. We're going to be creating a local map area, so say a 7x7 wall of maps on their basic scale. Now I made another map and I made this way too big, but you can see how big I made it. Yeah. So we're going to leave that here, and we're going to take one of these maps with us. So this one here, this map is going to be the centre map, so we're going to move out three maps from it. So take this map with us, and we'll start walking, so we need to walk in that direction over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back. In fact, we're going to take this other map with us as well, just so that we can map out this area. And we'll come back when... Well, I'll come back every time I map out a new area. Let's just say that. Okay guys, so I've mapped out 3 maps since you last heard from me. Oh, you can... My voice is beginning to go. Anyways, I've mapped out 3 maps, as you can see in my hotbar. 1, 2, and 3 in that order. So that's as much as I've done so far. And in the smaller map, or the larger map, you can see this is how far we've travelled, so not too far. But yeah, this project has gone on pretty well so far, pretty smoothly, no errors or anything this far. So yeah, let's continue. Okay guys, so I've recorded the 3 northern segments from the centre of the map. So here's the centre, here's the first one, second one, and finally, third one. Okay, right, yeah, didn't take too long. It was a 5-minute walk, and plus I've already explored all the area anyway. Yeah, working with maps, it's changed since I last done it, because I remember a time when you were making maps for a project like what I'm doing, like having a big map wall, you had to get exact coordinates. So say you had to take the coordinates of where you first use the map, and you have to correctly map out or correctly judge where the next one will be, because I think the way it used to work was that when you used the map, your current position of where you used it was set to the centre, whereas now I think it's just set to the way chunks are divided in the world. So my thought process behind that is this segment here, if you were to get the map that's say one down and one across, in the centre of that would be a world spawn. That's the way I look at it. And I didn't actually realise this, but that wasn't actually that far a walk. Pretty odd. Yeah, but looking at this map, this is going to be our centre. You can see this, like, all the stuff we've made, like that, the farming area, if you remember correctly, that used to be a big hill, and we completely cleared it out before we had any diamond tools or anything, so it took a while, and then we've done all of that as well. So yeah, this what we've done so far in the world, we've left quite a mark on it, so to say. So yeah, this is looking good. So where I'm thinking of putting this big map wall is, I was going to put it inside the base, but I've decided against that because we're going to put another one in there where the map's going to be zoomed out and there's going to be even more for a future project, which will involve the ocean will be an integral part of it, because the ocean's well over that way and it goes for like maybe 1,000 blocks or something. It's pretty large. So the smaller map we're going to have out here in this area, because there's nothing here. And just let me go check on my cows. How are they looking? Yeah, we've got quite a few now, but we're going to have to breed up quite a few more before we have a decent sized population, because then we're going to need to kill all of them, well most of them, and then start the process again because we need leather. But we are going to have a dedicated spot in the base for it. Also, what I'm thinking about doing is making a system so that you have a certain number of adult cows in a small space, and then once you breed them. The small cows, instead of keeping them in the same space, they drop down to a lost space, because if I went to kill these ones, I risk killing the baby ones as well, which is not good. So yeah, I'm going to continue on mapping out the area, and we'll come back when we have some more done. Okay guys, so I've mapped out the eastern three maps that are away, well, the eastern three maps from the centre, and they follow like so. So here's the centre map, there's one from that, next one, and finally this one. And we're in that ocean I was talking about, which is going to be part of a kind of mega project type thing we're going to be working on in the future, which I think will be a pretty good project, but I'm not going to give away any spoilers or anything because it will be good. But yeah, this project we're working on currently, we've done most of the work. We only have 3 maps left to do in the south, and then what would it be, 9 maps in each corner. So in fact no, we haven't done most of the work, we've still got most of the work ahead of us. So yeah, let's continue with it. Okay guys, so here is all the areas we have mapped out so far. I'm not entirely sure about the way I've designed the actual map wall. I may redo it because this is it so far and I don't particularly like it yet. So we'll probably redesign it at one point. But yeah, this is the area we've mapped out so far. It's a pretty large area. I didn't realise how much of the map we're actually going to map out. But yeah. So we're going to need to make another 9, 18, 27, 36 maps, and it shouldn't be too hard to do because I've actually already been in these areas already. Well, this one most particularly, then a little bit of this one. But I've never been up this way, so yeah, that should be fun. But yeah, this is my idea. Well, the reason I want to have a map like this is so I could better plan out my future projects. So like for example, in this plains area, like for mapping out paths and where things are going to be, because I eventually plan to one, having an iron farm down here in the spawn chunks, so it's constantly being loaded. I'm thinking something along the lines of an Iron Titan type thing. I'm not entirely sure yet, and we'll have like wheat fields and stuff, just make the area look generally nice. And of course in the mesa where we have our the abandoned mine shafts, the triple cave spider spawner we're going to be working at soon, so it'll be good to see you there as well. Also just general work around the world we could do, and then if it's on the surface, and then if we update the maps you can actually see it on there, so it looks pretty cool I think. I've done an enchantment off camera and got an efficiency 4 diamond axe because, well yeah, I was needing some more spruce wood, and I guess we should go and check in the kills because I didn't actually get the leather I needed from those kills. I went out looking for some in the wild and that took about an hour and a half to get enough. So yeah, it's a good thing we have this, and they're all grown up. But I'm just going to hop in there and take my shield off the offhand because it gets pretty annoying. Yeah, this is going pretty well. Started from only 2 kills, now we have quite a lot in here. Now the only thing I'm worried about is the entity cramming game rule, which is in place in the 1.11 pre-release, where if you have more than a certain amount of mobs in a certain area they can suffocate. Now I don't think we'll have that problem because it's a widespread area, but if I had all these mobs in a 1x1 space they would probably all die. So what would you think about that game rule? I may actually disable it so that we can still build all of the XP farms and stuff, because I really don't like that game rule, but it's up to you. Let me know down in the comments section. Yeah, I really don't like that game rule. I don't know why, it's just it breaks a lot of things which I don't like, but I guess Mojang are trying to make it more difficult to make XP grinders and stuff. Yeah, that's just what happens really. But yeah, I think we're actually going to finish this pretty quickly because, well yeah, it doesn't take long to do these maps, so we'll probably do a mining session after we're done, because if we quickly go in and check our resource chest, because I have been using some of my diamonds and I want to eventually get a full set of diamond armour and start working on the set which we're going to be using for fighting the wither. Yeah, as you can see we're going to need some more iron, but we've got plenty of redstone and lapis, so gold, we've also got a lot of coal as well for once. So yeah, now it's basically just gold and diamonds we need to work on. Emeralds I don't really bother with them yet, but when we start our villager trading, which won't be for quite a while yet, then we'll start to worry about that. So yeah, I'm going to get working on mapping out the rest of the areas we have planned, and then when we come back we'll do something else. Okay guys, so we have the northeastern corner of the map made, and it didn't take too long to do it at all, maybe 10 minutes to walk around and amongst all the trees and do it. But yeah, this is looking pretty sweet so far. Now we only have to do the other 3 corners, and most of it should be relatively fast because we've got a lot of water around. Something that I didn't realise, good thing about our base position is it's in the middle of this kind of river network type thing, so in the future we can maybe blast the river through here, river fix through here into the ocean and down that way. Got access down here and access up and round here as well, which is pretty awesome. But yeah, instead of keeping on talking, I'm going to continue on with this work because this can take quite a while to do. If it involves a lot of walking, I can't remember all of the areas of the world we've walked around in yet, but hopefully this shouldn't take too long, so let's do this. Okay guys, so that is the northwest side of the map all mapped out and put onto here, and you can see one of the interesting things about this seed, 2 of the 4 witch huts, which will be eventually a quad witch hut farm type thing, which we'll be making. Yeah, as you know, I done a series, like a 9 episode series or something on this back in January. January, February, around about then. And the reason I picked the seed back then was because of the witch huts. And since I didn't really have another map to go to, the only other map I knew had a quad witch hut. Well, quad witch huts was the VultureSMP one, which I didn't want to use that because I know where a lot of things are. But yeah, instead of continuing talking, I'm going to go and get the rest of the things because this episode I'm currently behind. Well, the time I planned to have this uploaded for, have nearly surpassed, so I need to get working on this. So yeah, let's do this. Okay guys, so instead of just showing you all of my work, I decided just to finish the rest of the map off camera, and it took a lot longer than I thought because I messed up with maps and made duplicates by accident. But yeah, that's it, finally done. As you can see, the bottom half of the map is mesa for the most part, and the top half is greenery. Yeah, and there's a big ocean I was referencing earlier, but it's a lot bigger as you go further out that direction. But yeah, this project has went along pretty well. You can just see how large our world is and how small our current build is, even though it does look pretty large for what we've done already. But yeah, as you can see, it's just this little speck on the map right there, and you can see our character. And then we have the village over there as well, which we will probably be remodeling at one point in the near future. Yeah. Also, you can see with all the rivers, we're going to be doing a lot of work with the rivers in this world because, as you can see, we've got even more rivers. So you can, from the base, you could travel by boat down, and if we blast through here, down and round and widen the river, and then follow through the canyons and stuff, and you've got this lots and lots of lakes and stuff. And I suppose you could maybe do another river up into here from there and continue on that way. And if you needed, onto this larger one. So yeah, it's a kind of look at a sort of mega project, another mega project in the world. And I suppose to make it kind of realistic, if we use the rivers a lot, the rivers we use the most, in the places we stop the most, we can have ports and then have little villages develop around them. Kind of what it would be like in real life, something like that anyway. Yeah. And I'd just like to let you all know that I have explored more of the world other than this. Like, I've went down there quite a few more. I maybe need like another 10 or so maps to show you how far I've explored down in that direction, down to the south. And I've explored quite a lot up in the northwestern part of the map as well. And if you compared this map to what it would look like in Amidst, that is a program where you can view seeds. This would be what it would look like. Yeah. Anyways guys, that is it for this episode, I'm afraid. Something I'm doing now is I am messing about with the YouTube end card system, so you'll probably see something like that on screen now, so make sure you click, I don't know what site it'll be at, but click if you want to see, click the one with the playlist for this whole series, and there'll be a recommended video somewhere as well. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to do that already. So as always, if you like this episode, please make sure to hit that like button, and if you really enjoyed it and you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys next time.